What's going on, everyone? So, just doing dad life, right? Living my best life, just running around, getting an alert on my phone. I'm like, oh, it's some Laker news, right? So I just kind of like, not really click on it. You do the scroll down tab and I look and I'm like, oh, okay, Christian Wood coming back game 3. Cool. And I'm like, Christian Wood's coming back game 3. Run back over, grab it, look at it. I'm like, we're going to talk about this, baby. Christian Wood's coming back for game 3. I love it. So I'll do a little fancy video, with all like the videos in the video, right? Later on, I'll do like a breakdown video for Christian Wood, kind of in depth and how he can impact against the Denver Nuggets. So look forward to that. I just needed to get this out. I just wanted to talk about this real quick because this is good, right? This is huge. Now, this isn't like, oh my God, the Lakers are the best team in the league now. Like, this isn't like, oh my God, Lakers are about to run through Denver now. It's nothing like that. But this is exciting news for a multitude of reasons. One, it's a guy who's out that is an able body, that is a good player, that I think can have a huge impact for the Lakers. I've always believed that. Part of the issue has been Darvin Ham's lack of utilization, but we'll touch on that more here in a moment. But it's just like anything, you get part of the cavalry back, right? You see the horses circle in, it's like, whoa, let's go, right? Like, so that just momentum, excitement, right? Especially if you go in and you win game 2. So it's like, man, we just won game 2, we're pumped, we're hyped. Okay, cool, we just got another quality player. Like, this isn't, Jalen Hood-Schifino. Nothing against Jalen Hood-Schifino. I like Jalen Hood-Schifino, but like, he's probably never seen the court. And, what kind of impact is he going to have against Denver as a rookie? No, Christian Wood is a guy, not really playoff experience, but a guy that has experience. It's a veteran guy that's versatile. And more than anything, he's a big man, right? It's another able body that we have now to throw at Jokic. Now, he's not like a big man, right? He's not, Dwight Howard like a lot of people want and wish that we had on this team. But he is a guy that gives us another just versatile defensive guy to not only throw at Jokic, but he can also hold his own out on the perimeter. He's good, he's good at just kind of keeping that distance and closing the gap with his size and length. We saw what he was able to do in certain matchups and even against guys like Kevin Durant, right? Because again, he's got that like 7'3" wingspan, 6'10", right? Like, he's a guy that is very versatile that could just once again throw him alongside Anthony Davis, be a body out there, but can also spread the floor, get Jokic out of the paint. He's a guy that you can put on the block and can go to work and just, apply some pressure. Now, obviously, there's the concern of, like, how good will he be when he gets back, right? Because, he's missed 2 months, right? But I do, like, to me, it's more so about the body. Even if you only play him, handful of minutes a game. Anthony Davis is going to play 40 minutes. You're doing the Rui strategy. Having Christian Wood it just gives you another guy, right? So Anthony Davis on the bench getting some rest. It's not just like Rui and LeBron. It's like, you could go, Jackson Hayes, you could go Christian Wood, LeBron, and kind of have some size and kind of pack the paint a little bit, kind of make things tough for Jokic when he's in, whatever, right? Like, it just gives you another big man that has versatility, that can do multiple things on the basketball court, that, probably not dropping 20 a game anyway. So, I just, to me, I'm not so much concerned about, like, the offensive output and production, more so just like, hey, this is another guy we can throw at Jokic, right? Again, it's not a Jokic stopper. It's not anything like that. But this is good news for the Lakers. This is progress, right? This kind of came out of left field, right? Like, we weren't getting any type of updates or anything. Like, last we heard, he's done for the year. Like, back it in. Good year, Wood, right? I said on several occasions that, like, because, I get asked all the time. Even in the live stream yesterday, people were like, hey, any word on Wood. Say that 10 times fast, right? But it's like, it was like, yeah, well, don't count on it if it comes back, great, but, we haven't heard any information on it, no word on if he's ever returning this season, but the deeper we get into the playoffs, the more likely he does return. And then now it's like, oh, here he goes. I mean, obviously, I know people are going to be like, man, I wish it was Jared Vanderbilt. But still, like, this is good. Christian Wood is a guy that can have a real impact and really impact the floor pretty heavily, right? And, as much as I'd love to have Jared Vanderbilt, maybe he does. Maybe Vanderbilt comes back for game 4 or 5 or something like that, right? If we get that far. But right now, it's just, to me, it's like another step in the right direction, another thing to be positive about, another thing to be excited for. I do think Christian Wood is a guy that can have a real impact in this series. And depending on that impact could be the difference. Now, before you go like Christian Wood changes nothing, no, it does. For a matchup that has been so marginal and a matchup that's just like basically by the moment, right? Like a play, a possession, a handful of points, right? To bring in a guy that can make an impact in those areas, to bring in a guy that can, give you buckets and be another body to throw at Jokic and defend out on the perimeter and rebound the basketball and hit open shots and make plays out of the post and make plays out on the perimeter, right? Like, again, in a series that is very likely going to boil down to, multiple 1, 2, 3 possession moments, Christian Wood showed, in various matchups this season, in the in-season tournament against the Phoenix Suns is a great example of like, a game where a guy where it's like, this is looking bleak and just can completely change a game or a moment, right? And you might not even really notice it. But again, you start adding these little small things to a matchup that's already just little small, like who makes the error. You start adding these little pieces and kind of start tipping the scale in the Lakers' direction. Like, that can change a lot. Again, I'm not saying that Christian Wood he's the savior we've been waiting for, right? Like, I'm not saying Christian Wood necessarily will be the difference maker. But I'm saying that, like, depending on how he performs and the hustle plays, even getting a key block or a steal or hitting a big 3 or, he comes in and gives us, let's say game 3, he gives us 8 points, right? It's like, we weren't getting that from anyone else, right? Like, that's 8, like that 8 points could be the difference, right? Again, it could turn out to be nothing. It could turn out to be a mute point and mean nothing. It could turn out to be something big. And I, for one, am excited for this. Now, I think Christian Wood is a player that could have had a huge, significant impact, but I don't believe Darvin Ham will ever utilize him the way that I believe he should be utilized to have said impact, right? Darvin Ham, the way he utilizes Christian Wood drives me crazy. Talked about it heavily all season, right? He utilizes Christian Wood as he's, OG Anunoby, right? Like, he's a guy that's just sitting out 3-and-D, right? And that's not really his game, right? To Darvin Ham, Christian Wood is a guy that can shoot threes and on occasion play on the block, rather than a guy that's like, he plays on the block, but by the way, he could shoot threes at an efficient clip, right? It's Darvin Ham utilizes him as kind of the opposite of what you should be utilizing him for. To me, right, I would put like 80s out the game. Give me Christian Wood out there on the block, right? Make Jokic or DeAndre Jordan have to defend Christian Wood, a guy that can drop 17 to 20 on any given night, who's averaged 18 a game. It's like, to me, that's a no-brainer. Get him on the block. Here you go. Cook him, right? And, like, just let him do his thing. Let him be aggressive. Let him be that offensive threat when Anthony Davis isn't in the game. Right? I'm not saying you have to run your entire offense through Christian Wood, but I think Christian Wood could be a double-digit a game guy. I think he can give you 10 a game. I mean, I think he averages like 8 or 9 or whatever this season in like a role that doesn't even make sense for him. Then a way that they utilize him awfully, but I don't know. We'll see. But again, I'll do a more in-depth, like technical video on Christian Wood either later today or tomorrow. So look forward to that. I just saw the news and I was like, I got to get this out. I was like, I got to spread the news. But obviously, again, game 3. Just want to make that clear. He'll be back for game 3. Not game 2, not the game tomorrow. The first game back in LA. But still, any return, right, is great. And, maybe it's good news. Maybe Vando comes back and it is the hero we all want and need. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? How do you feel about Christian Wood coming back and returning? Are you excited? Are you pumped? Do you think that this makes a difference at all? Do you think, it doesn't make any difference? Do you think, no? I mean, again, if anything, it makes a difference simply as just having a big body that you can throw at Jokic. Right? Like, again, it's just another guy that, even if just, hey, go in there and give us the playoff fouls, right? Like, that's great. That's what you need. But anyway, again, love your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.